a natural sound? Can your voice, can it make a natural sound? Answer now. No, Abby. Your voice can make a natural sound. Your voice is natural. It's not a robot. Your voice is also part of natural source of sound. I just wanted to be sure if you are aware of what you are about to say. Your voice, human voice, is a natural source of sound. Clap is a natural source of sound. Do we get? So let's leave out natural source of sound. What are other means of voices? Sir? Noise. Noise can be anything. Do you get? They are grinding pepper with their grinding machine. To them, they are grinding machine, but to us, is a noise. Do you get? If as we are working here now, I start shouting, or I'm recording, I'm shouting. All right, sir. Okay. Let's mention other sources of sound. Our gas soft. Musical instruments. Thank you.
Natural.
No, we've left natural. There are other sources. Musical instruments.
Your radio station, electronic device.
Other sources of sound. That's good. And others. Do we get it? So, at least we've been able to clarify ourselves that at least naturally you can generate sound, and we can also get other natural sounds. Now, I want us to differentiate between I want us to also look at the ambient sound, because we need to also be careful of ambient sound. The importance of balancing and blending music, dialogue, sound effects, and ambient sounds. So, what do we call ambient sound? Ambient sound, or ambience, so to say, ambient, A-M-B-I-E-N-T. Are you receiving my feed, sir? Okay. If you are talking about ambient sound, it refers to an atmospheric sound or audio source. Now, if we are making a production in the street, we are expected to have that environment sound that makes our audience believe that truly they're in the street. Car honk, animal sound, even passerby, they will make footsteps. Do you get? So those are ambient sounds. And so also in this confined space, the fan will give us an ambient sound. As they are moving, they are giving us an ambient sound. There's an ambient sound. And that's why we'll see that if they are doing in radio stations, TV stations, they pad the walls of their studio just to avoid ambient sound. So it's called acoustic treatment. So if we are doing an indoor studio work, we need to check the acoustic treatment to ensure that we are not harboring ambient sound into our production. I think I'm just saying this out of the discussion of making us know that the ambient sound at times might be needed, but most times or for specific occasions are not needed. But I just want us to understand what the ambient sound is, or what it can transform to be. We want to take the audio source from the bride, from the groom. Tell us what is something now. It's a device that helps to transform or convert our voice, this wave that I said is coming out, this vibration that is coming out. It modifies it, it integrates it to a digital signal that systems can read. Now, this wave, can we interpret it? No, we cannot. It is only this system it's only software that understands all this wave. The only way this wave can make sense to us is when we play it and it's speaking back to us. That's when we are able to understand that, this wave, this small part means I am coming. Now that part is just empty. Do we get it? So I'm saying that a capture device will help us to translate this audio, the wave coming out from the person, from the environment, from the person, from anywhere, to a digital signal. That's a digital signal. And from this digital signal, we can also hear it. At least as human, we can hear it. Because I'm playing this now, but none of us can hear this because it is a digital signal. So from this digital signal, we can send it out to a speaker, and we'll be able to hear it. All right. So let's move on. All right. So let's look at. I want us to jump. I don't want us to jump. So that I'll move into the main. We've spoken about sound, the components. Okay. All right. Now, because we might also make use of this. Now, I said frequency determines what? The pitch, right? But there's how can I break this down now? The sample rate is linked back to that frequency. Do we get it? We are going to link it back to that frequency. The pitch, the wavelength, and all those stuff. So now the sample rate is number of samples. Samples per second. Yeah. Now, and the samples is the frequency which we are recording. I don't know how to break this down. Do you have it? No. Is it going to reflect? No, it's only going to reflect on the screen. Yes, sir. Sample rate. Well, is the number of samples per second, right? And what's our sample rate? Is the number of our samples per second. But what's our sample? Our sample is the frequency we are feeding. Okay. And that's where we have 44.1 kilohertz and 48. It is the number of samples per second, where that sample is the frequency we are feeding. It's just like saying
can we say it's the number of frequency per second then?
Number of our frequency, okay, is the rate of our frequency, of our frequency. You know, it's not sounding English. It's not sounding too Polish. Is the number of our frequency? No. How is it sounding? It's not sounding right. It's sounding. It's the samples of our hertz. Okay. Is the number of our hertz per second. That's HERTZ. Let me try to put it on the screen as well. Number of what? Of the hertz. And the hertz is for what? Is for what? Is for the frequency. It's for the frequency. It's for the frequency. I want to show what I'm saying on the screen so that we can also have yes, good. I think I have it now so that we can all enjoy it together. Good. All right, so we should see it on the screen. So that's it there. Number of samples per second in. So we have standard. We have just two standards. We have 44.1 kilohertz and 48 kilohertz. And how do I say this now? These two rates, they are standards for audio recording. They are standards. And please, someone should jot this down. please just to remind me, I want to also speak on audio, hardware and software compatibility and configuration. Hardware / software compatibility and configuration, or configuration / compatibility. So now this frequency, this sample rate, for example, if on this sound card, we are still coming to this audio device interface, if this sound card is set to receive the frequency, our sound wave, in 44 points, where you go. Will stop, and it's just like a diagonal move. Do we get it? A stylish move like that. So same thing, our audio can also drift in the sense that it can drift with amplitude. Check our Scarlett, our audio device, at what frequency is this recording, or is it capturing my audio, versus what frequency is my software recording. So we need to understand that part. So we will still go back to that place, that's configuration and compatibility setup. We are still going to run through that and familiarize ourselves with that part. All right. So bit depth is
Sorry,
okay.
Before we move on, does this also apply to the camera audio itself?
That's a serious question. Actually, I've not checked, but I believe there is always a default frequency at which the camera also record, because the audio properties of the camera also reflect all these properties. It has frequency, it has its amplification, it has its wavelength, and that's why when we put it on Premiere Pro, we can also see these similar properties on it. So it is also essential for us to also check that at what frequency is my camera recording.
Because there have not been any special settings on this audio in any time maybe we are recording an event, you understand? So the synchronization is always perfect. That's what I'm asking. Is there any settings
to check?
Is it just the default that magic? Because we haven't had any issue in synchronizing, and
we might not specifically see the issue, but technically we're talking about the synchronization, right? Synchronization. Yes, technically the synchronization, we are replacing audio, we are not merging audio. But if we are to merge audio, is your frequency going to be the same with the recorded from the audio source and from your camera? No.
We haven't had any issue with that.
No, I'm not saying you have issue. You are only replacing audio, you are not merging. We will have issue if we are merging audio from two different sources.
Two different sources.
Yes, two different sources, yeah. Sources or source. Should I come again?
Yeah,
Now, you've recorded your audio inside the camera, or the camera is picking its audio. And the engine man, the sound guys too, they also recorded an audio, or they took an audio in, right? And when you are done, you bring this guy into the system, you synchronize. What will Premiere Pro do? It will look for a place in between where you have similar one of these properties, not wave.
Okay.
Wave can be the same, but the frequency might differ. Do you get it? So he's looking for where you will have same frequency, same amplitude, same wavelength, same of all these things within a distance of, let's say, from here to here. So someone is saying, ẹ jẹ́ ká gbàdúrà. You recorded it there, you recorded it on yours, from them. So Thomas Chat lè rí ẹ jẹ́ ká gbàdúrà. So if this, we're talking about digital wave now, they're able to interact with each other. Although, well, I not see, it's just like someone saying that you need capital letter A and small letter A. For the system to see, they're able to interact with each other to determine and know that, okay, this thing that I'm seeing here, although could there, but it's still the one. Do we get it? So what I'm now saying is that if we are merging the two audio together to be one, that's where you see that there's an issue. But what we are doing in our recording, in our post-production, is audio replacement. After synchronization, we remove the one from the camera, and with that, we are unable to detect any error. But technically, taba wo dáadáa. And now let's look at it this way. If we are not recording in high frequency, the speech, okay, now I want to merge the visual and the audio together now. Our frame rate too, do we know that it also helps in synchronizing our visual and audio? That's the lip sync. If you're able to capture much frame rates, the mouth movements and everything would match. But I think that's for another class. So to your question, or to answer your question, we are unable to determine that because we are doing audio replacement. As we were merging audio, that's where we can now look at it. Then I can give you the assignment, sir. Record on different resolution, on different frequency. Record on the camera. Use two different audio sources. Now merge everything together and let us know what the output will look like. You are merging, not replacing now. So you can remove that of the camera, merge the two audio sources with different frequency. Check. Merge the three together and check. the difference would always still be distinct. All right. Are we good?
Sound like that.
Any other questions, please, so that I can treat that together before we move to. We don't need all this polish. I want us to move to key components. Key components in our recording studio. And these are things we will be using time to time, day to day. And let me also add this to it, that for every program we are running, both indoor and outdoor, we must have an audio design. It doesn't mean we need to carry biro and pen. Brrr. No. Audio design in the sense that we will design our workflow in the sense that, oh, I want to capture audio only from the camera. It's an audio design. Meaning that you make sure with blood and water, with every capacity you have, to make sure that the audio you'll be receiving on your camera is pure and true. Not one person shouting at you from the camera while you are recording, because your only sound design is the audio source on the camera. But if you have other designs, okay, I'm picking audio from the engine, I'm picking audio from the mic, so you have different, you've designed the audio in the sense that you have multiple sources. So you can be careless with one, although it's not advisable, but you are sure that you've designed the audio recording and management to a reasonable extent that you will not lose. So that while doing your post-production, you're able to fix, oh, I took this audio, so place, copy it, you paste it, and so it is also essential. And we can also see, I think the last practical we had here, we also had one audio design to use a wireless and a wired connection. The audio design is to take the wired into the sound card, the wireless into the sound card, from the sound card back to the vision mixer, or the, what's it called? Into the yellow box. That's sound design. Situations where we have in our churches where we have a speaker here, a mic, a source here, that's also sound design. It's not something far from that. It's not a rocket science. So it's also essential for us to be able to say that, okay, I'm going for this social event. What would be my sound design? And it has to start with our preparation from home. Okay, what if they have this there? I should have a cable that can help me to record. What if they have this? What if they don't have this? I think I recommended DJI wireless mic for someone who, I think a media firm too. So they want to film a, what's it called now? They are going to record a seminar stuff on getting the, if you're told that Mr. Kiolakama record us at Royal Bed and Suites, would you have that mindset of no? Naturally, you have that mindset because you will have pictured the environment where you are going to record that. A whole Royal Bed, and one fashion event, man, they should have taken care of audio now. But on getting there, they just sat in a conference room and you are at one corner. The person speaking is at the far front. How will you do your audio design? And that's why I said it has to start with preparation from home. If this is handy, like something you can quickly get, please sir, for the purpose of the production, sir, please, I want you to use this mic. I want you to use this, I want you to use that. So that while you are doing your post-production, if you are gaining your audio, you won't have noise and you won't amplify the ambient sound. So even if you are amplifying the sound, you have more of the speaker's voice than the surroundings. So we'll come to the audio device, the software to maybe balance the audio, equalize it, remove the ambient sound, which the software we see as noise. It will want to isolate other low frequency. Faith, help us to stand up. Just help us to stand up. God help you in Jesus' name. Say amen. All right. So we've spoken about audio sources. So how do we capture them? We use microphones majorly. That's the only way we can capture audio. It's through microphones. Microphones. That's where we can capture. That's the little device. Is it little? It's not little. That's the device that can aid in capturing audio signal, and it will be sent back. Well, we can record it directly into the system, and it sees it as a digital signal. You know, I want us to take note of where I'm mentioning digital signal. Digital signal. I'm deliberate about that. Digital signal. All right. So looking at microphones, we have more. I just put 3 here. I'll call you back, sir. Yes, sir. So I just I typed 3 there. I said dynamic mic, condenser mic, and a ribbon mic. But I want us to dwell mainly on the dynamic and the condenser mic. All right. Aside what we're seeing there, the dynamic mic. Okay, I'll just say the differences between the dynamic and the condenser mic. Now, the condenser mic uses an external power. For it to work. It requires an external power for it to function, for it to work at all. And sample of that Faith. No, at the back. You can stand at the back. I'll call you back. I think I brought, yeah. This is, thank you. Yeah, this is what? Let me just try. This is what? Microphone, yes. What type? Let me just give us this privilege to also say 1 or 2 things. It covers congregation. So, in between dynamic and condenser mic, which category does this fit in? I just want to test our knowledge on it. Dynamic, right? What about you, sir? Condenser, you think?
Since it's using
Does it use external power?
external power.
It uses external power.
Yeah, sure, external power.
Where's the external power?
The cable has to be connected to it.
Cable? Really? Mommy, dynamic. You. It's actually a condenser mic. This is the external power source. It uses a battery. So without this battery, it uses a battery.
So what about the plug-in underneath?
It's just for audio source signal to get into your destination. So this is a typical example of a condenser mic. It comes in sizes and in length. We have this. This is also a condenser mic. Do we get? This is also a condenser mic. But this would be powered using a phantom machine or a phantom power of 48 volts. And that's where this device comes to play. So this device can power this, can send 48 volts to this guy to power it up. So without 48 volts, this guy would not come on. So what am I trying to say in essence is that one of the ways we can recognize the condenser mic is the power source, and 2, the sensitivity. That's all. Those 2 are the major. I've used a lapel condenser mic. Lapel, that you have to plug on your body. But we need to power that mic with 48 volts. Do we get it? So I mentioned sensitivity and power. Sensitivity in the sense that the amplification on this mic is more than that of a dynamic mic. Well, it's just unfortunate that I didn't come with a dynamic mic to show us. It's all this normal mic we use in the church that until you put it at a particular direction, that's when it will receive the sound wave, the wave itself. Do we get? Like the lights we see in the church, at events, that if you do like this and you speak, You won't hear it until you, even if you do like this, you won't still hear it until it moves closer to the audio source itself. While this is unidirectional, it means it can get audio from both or around it. Unidirectional is universal, meaning that if I'm like this, it will pick my voice. If it is like this, it will pick my voice. If it is this way, it will pick my voice. Same thing as this guy. So at any angle, and that's why we see this is majorly used in movie production. You see them using a long, what's it called, an attachment or an hanger to place it. You drop it from their head. So some would not say it's a boom mic. Yes.
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
You are saying
A condenser mic.
condenser mic external source of power from the power.
Yes.
To work, that's right.
Yes, to work.
So I think every mic needs external power to work. So, or are you trying to say most dynamic microphones are? I don't know.
Okay, let me come in that way. Now, the microphones that you need to power, you are not powering the mic, you are powering the transmitter inside it. Because most of those ones that you powered, they have receivers and transmitter, just like this. This is not condenser mic, but we still need to put battery.
So that makes the condenser mic.
No. I'm coming. For dynamic mics that you need to power, that you need to put battery. Right? So we're talking about battery, right? Now the battery we are putting in this guy is to power this engine. Behind this guy is an engine, and you can see it, transmitter. Then even the video transmitter we are using we still need to power it with those battery. So the purpose of the battery inside this mic is not for the phantom power, because it can't even give you 48 volts.
Okay.
Do we get it? So this is just powering the transmitter inside.
That means we can use it
Directly without phantom power. So what you are powering here is the transmitter inside, the mini transmitter inside.
So do you need any microphone you have to power with less than 48 volts?
It's a dynamic mic.
Less than 48 volts?
Yes.
We can use the mic itself
Directly. See, this mic, if I remove this is just a microphone. That's where you have the cone. I don't want to move into the properties that makes up a microphone. But inside you have a cone, you have a magnet and all those stuff. Those are the things that receive the sound itself and transmit it. But for us to be able to transmit this guy wirelessly into that receiver, you need to power this transmitter. So if not, directly you just need to plug it into that stuff and it works. With less than 48 volts. Yeah, okay. Alright. So sensitivity and power. It has high sensitivity to audio. High sensitivity. And that's why you see this kind of mic, they can't use it to play kick. They can't use it to play drums. Because it will capture every sound around it. Every sound around it. Every sound around it. Every sound around it. And that's why if you want to use it in a studio environment, you need to apply acoustic treatment. Pad everywhere. So that an external noise or external sound would not come in. Because if it comes in, the mic will pick it. Like the other day that we used it, it picked the factory noise. Not even grinding noise. So people speaking. That's machine that just on right now. Assuming this guy is connected, it will pick it. Look at it. Let's quickly look at it then. Let's quickly look at it before I'll wrap up. So I can just, let's say we'll use this medium now to do our software setup, and we'll look at the sensitivity together, how we can record our audio using, okay, we have several softwares that can be used to record audio. Softwares now. Cubase, Samplitude, SoundForge. So I wrote little here: Pro Tools, Logic Pro, Ableton Live, then Adobe Audition. The reason why I personally chose Adobe Audition for recording, it's because of the integration with Adobe Family. So it means that if you are working on your Adobe Premiere Pro, if you want to edit your audio, you can actually link your Adobe Premiere Pro to Adobe Audition. So, and as you save your work, it will reflect in Adobe Premiere. So you can, from your Adobe Premiere, digital. This is mine actually. There's one we normally use.
I think that one has stick now.
Now, right? It now has. Okay. So this is a USB sound card or audio card thereabouts. And this is also another digital audio interface. I'll tell us the difference. I'll tell us the difference. The difference and the application. Now, it's just like saying we have this button phone and your Android phone. The two of it will make phone calls, right? But one can do WhatsApp call. One cannot do WhatsApp call. One can have internet on it. One cannot, right? Okay. Same thing then. No problem, sir. Same thing. So now, what differentiates this sound card from this sound card? They are both digital audio device interface. Digital audio device. The word 2I2 means 2 inputs, 2 outputs. So it can take in 2 inputs and give you 2 outputs. So if we have 4I4, it means what? 4 outputs. No way help you. Alright. So now with this can enable, can give us 48 volts power, can help us to power these microphones. Do we get it? While this can never generate 48 volts. I just want to show us how it's going to work. It's going to work. It's going to work. So see, it's powered on. Yeah, it's powered. And we need to connect this to this. So how do we connect? We use cable. And that's why I brought all these numerous cables to actually show us how and what our cables look like and what they are called. So I'll give us the professional names. And what they look like. We have TRS cable. These are TRS cable. So we call this TRX 6.5 and this small bit is 3.5. 6.5, is this 6.5? Yeah, 6.5, and this is 3.5. Why we have the XLR cable, XLR. So for the XLR, we have I'll tell us why we call it male and female. We have XLR male and XLR female. I will show us. All right. So this is XLR male and XLR female. So the male and the female. Just like that. Do we get it? So this is a female plug, while this is a male plug. So in between, on the device port, you have XLR male. So is this male or female? Female. It is well. This is XLR male. So we are going to plug our female plug on the male. Alright, so we plug this directly to the plug, and we can also, now there's another name they call this, they call it a jack. I don't know where they coined that name from. They call it jack plug. They say it's jack, I don't know. But I think we also normally accept it since it's a general way of recognizing the cable. So if I say go and bring jack plug, please, this is what you bring. But if I mention 3.5, you should know it should be of this small bit, not of this long bit. So if we now say 6.5 to 3.5, so this big one to this small one. And if we say jack to jack, that is this to the other hand that also look like this. Do we get? So those are cable. That's how we can actually recognize our cable. So I want us to do something. I'm plugging this to channel. Okay. I mentioned that I'm trying to distinguish between this and this. So this can interact with the software for you to select, what's it called now? The input you want to work with. Maybe you are working with input 1 or input 2. Or you want to record the two inputs together. That's what we call multi-track recording. So it can record whatever will come in through this channel separately, and record what will come in through this channel 2 separately. I don't know if we get that word separately. It means it will record channel 1 at the top. It will record your channel 2 at another track. So if you like, merge it together. If you like, you can leave it. Or you combine the two together to be one audio source or one audio sound source.
So one master was a backup for
You understand? So you can now say that, oh, the mic from Baba Yawo, you plug it here. From Yayawo, you plug it here. Baba Yawo here, Yayawo here. So you can now record Baba Yawo separately, Yayawo separately.
I can see
Together. So this digital audio device interface can help us to achieve that. You can split your input, you can split your output. And it can also help us to power. Now, this is our mic. I'm speaking to it now. It's not responding. It's because it's yet to be powered. And we can see on it 48 volts. As soon as I hello, 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 hello. And that's how it works. So, but if I'm just going to plug this guy in, I can just look for a converter like this and plug my mic inside, and we all begin to see the inputs. And another thing about this is, if this audio is blasting, it will change from green to red or yellow. You can see it. So it even helps to even help you to gain stage your audio, gain staging in the sense that you're able to know where your gain, because gain is to now under audio mixing components, we have our gain, we have our fader. Gain helps to gain helps us to determine the amplitude of the signal coming in. That's how loud the sound will come into the system you are recording. So if normally there's this terminology, say use 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock means it should be at the middle. So this is at 12 o'clock. So, and at 12 o'clock, you are expected to have an average sound. An average sound signal source. That it won't be too loud or too low. So with this, now I think we are safe here. It's not shouting. We are good. So unlike increasing the sensitivity, and any closer sound now it begins to blast. I've not even started shouting because I've increased the gain. So it's going to, apart from the sensitivity of this mic, I've also increased the sensitivity of this guy to this man that is sending signal from my mouth to the engine. So it's not just what this guy is capturing now. This device has also increased the amplitude of the signal coming from this microphone. All right, so let's go back to the software and we'll wrap it up. So I will take questions. So I said this is Adobe Audition. So let me clear this part off. No, don't save. So I think this is where we need to really pay attention, even more. So as soon as we open the Adobe Audition, this is the interface. I believe when I took some people on Adobe Premiere, I spoke about interface, right? Right? Interface. You still remember when we spoke about interface? All right. Interface is just the digital interaction or the digital part of any software that we can interact with. So that's where we have the taskbar, the menu, the tools, and icons that can depict what the software would use to interact with us. For example, if you want to click on record, once you click on the record, the software will know that, okay, this man wants me to record the source that is coming in. So that's the interface that is showing to us that that is record. File, you want to import file. So the whole of the icons, the windows and the likes makes up the interface on Adobe Audition. Same thing that we have on, same way that we have on Adobe Premiere, where you have the timeline, you have the sequence, you have your effect rack and the likes. So I'm just trying to broaden our knowledge on what's the interface means. So for us to start a project, after opening this file, I think the next thing is for us to set up this, like I mentioned, software and hardware compatibility. And when we check, if we check through, come in. Some are written. Why some are not always written? Okay. All right. So we'll go to Edit, and we'll go to Preferences. And I think after this class, it will be our practical to record as well. We'll go to Preferences. Oh, we are not seeing that, right? Oh, Chim. We're not seeing that. Let me bring it up. Let me bring it up so that we can see. All right. So I said we'll go to File, to Edit, and we'll go towards Preferences. Oh, you're not seeing it as well. device change can modify channels. Yes. Then your default output, where you want to be hearing the audio from. I can decide to pick my system that I want to be hearing it from my system, or you want to be hearing it from the device itself because it has an output, the output port and the one behind it. So now we can see the sample rate. I think we can remember now the sample rate. Talking about frequency, 48,000 Hz. That's 48,000 Hertz. So, coming, ask you. I want to show you something. Settings. Okay. Okay, good. Yes. So for us to work with this man, there's this integration software that needs to be installed on the system. It's called ASIO. So that's what we'll need to click on so that we'll be able to determine the sample rate. So from this sample rate now, when we drop down, we'll see 44,000, 44.1 thousand, 48,000, 88,200, 96,000, 176,400, 192,000. So, but for us to be able to determine what is coming in from this man, this man is giving us 44.1 thousand hertz. I'm trying to see the default, sorry. Trying to check for the default. 24 bits. Did I mention bit depth? No, bit depth. That was what I wanted to say before he asked this question then. Okay. I think we are good with this. So, we can change our frame rate or attempt to force hardware to document sample rate. Now, this condition here, that is attempt to force hardware to document sample rate. So it means that we are trying to say that even if the audio source you are taking in is 44, record it in 40 is sorry, if the sample rate that is coming in through this guy is 48 kilohertz, that's 48,000. System record it in 44.1. It's trying to force the system to record what this guy is bringing in its own way. So it's trying to tell us, so if you click on that, it means that if there will be any mismatch, now you set them. So the software is trying to tell us, okay, if you click on this, so attempt to force, and it says, even in the condition there, let me read it, attempt to set the sample rate of the sound card to match the sample rate of the active document. If the selected device does not support this, the closest sample rate available will be used. So the software will determine, okay, if the software cannot have 48 kilohertz, which one is more closest to which one is the closest to 48? Maybe 44.1. It will choose that automatically. All right. So, I think that's that about that. So let's pick our 48 kilohertz. I think that should do. But what's the question I want to ask us is, how do we determine the frequency that this guy is recording on? How do we do that? On our system, we can go to, what's it called? Sound settings. Do we get it? Device properties. Additional device properties. Now, oh Jesus, we are not seeing it clearly there. I don't know if we can just peep. Do I need to come over on how to check the frequency of this guy? If you can move closer, I think the system is far away. Sound settings. Then we've already shows this, right? This, can we see it? Then we'll click on device properties, advanced device properties. So it will bring this guy out. Do we get? Then let's go to advanced. Select the sample rate and the bit depth to be used while running in this shared mode. Shared mode in the sense that you are sharing whatever you are having here with the software you'll be using it with. So you can now drop down to say, okay, you want to use 48,000 hertz. So if you apply it, it means that you must come back here and make sure that whatever you selected here is same thing that you are having here. This is 44.1, but we selected what? We selected 48. So we need to change this back to 24 bits, 48 hertz, 48,000 hertz. So 48. Do we get it? And 24 bits. This is 24 bit system. 24 bits. All right. So then we can click on OK. So it means that this our hardware and our software are recording with compatible settings and configuration, which are very, very important for us to do. So after running through all those stuffs, workspace, default. All right. Yeah, good. So here we open new audio file. Here, and that's left. That's where we open and create new. We create new audio file, and let's put a name. Tutorial class. Tutorial. Then you can see that it's also asking us again the sample rate 48,000 or 44.1. Your sample rate you said 24. Then channel, stereo or mono. What's stereo? What's mono? Should we do that today or we'll skip it? Let's skip. So I'll choose mono. I'll click OK. And we can see now that we have no audio because this guy is not powered. So how do we do that? We add 48 and we can see that we have signal to the mic while you speak. Like, don't look at this. And for record, click on that red button and go speak.